Hey everyone, welcome back to an Emo Girl's Guide to the Galaxy. It's Devin. I hope you missed us. We missed you. As you know, this is a safe space for readers, weebs, emos, and everyone in between. So if you love sarcasm and hate the patriarchy, you've come to the right place.
It's Loretta, and, we've taken a break, but we're back now. And,
I'm so excited!
Yeah, we've just been dealing with real life stuff, and so since we've taken such a long break and we're back now, we thought we'd just, come on and reintroduce ourselves and say hi and talk about, what we want to do this season and what we've been up to, and yeah, all the good stuff.
Yeah, so, we can start off with a little recap of the show for those listeners who might not know about us or just joining in for whatever weird reason in season 2 instead of starting back in season 1. But we are Dev and Loretta, and we are here to talk about mostly books, but sprinkling in some, emo music or just real life stuff,
Anime,
what we've been up to.
Yeah,
anime, SpongeBob, true millennial core culture. You might hear us bring up She's the Man every now and then.
Eunice.
So if you're here for the early 2000s, 2010s rom-com one-liners or, SpongeBob references, Naruto call-outs,
the Zelda game information.
This is the show for you. Also, we'll be talking about books. So if you want to hear what's up and coming, what we've been reading, what we recommend, definitely stick around.
Yeah. So, what have we been up to? I got a new job, so that's exciting, and I've been doing that, and I've been not reading, really.
Yeah, same.
Same. Dev and I have been talking about doing a Twilight episode where we read all the books and then, complain about them, I guess. I don't know what the plan is for that, but I was like, if we're reading the entire series, I better start now because it's going to take me a while. So I started rereading Twilight, and that's literally what I'm reading.
I still need to get...
been a journey.
I still need to get a set because I realized I don't have that series anymore. I don't know where my books went, but...
I used to have, the first edition hardcovers because I was a nerd about it and I loved them so much. And then I moved and I don't know what happened to them. So then I got really dope versions of the movie tie-in covers. I got the Breaking Dawn with creepy Renesmee baby on the front.
Yeah, no.
It's great.
I will probably end up either using the library or, I don't know, getting the cheap Kindle editions or cheap paperbacks from secondhand bookstore. I don't know. But
I also bought Midnight Sun, which I could kill someone with. I don't know why it's 800. It's 800 pages. Who is reading that? Who wants to be in Edward's mind that much? Anyway, I don't know.
Oh, man. I don't know. I will say, I feel like I've literally told this story multiple times on different episodes of my...
We both have.
my love-hate relationship and my trauma with reading Twilight in high school, but I'll just save
deceived.
it. I'll save it for a Twilight episode. But I will say if anybody has any not recommendations, any requests on us rereading popular
if you want us to do an episode about something, please shout at us.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Tell us on Instagram, on TikTok.
I'm willing to read anything terrible, which is probably a bad thing to put out into the universe. But...
I think we both are. When I had to read all of that alien smut for our alien episode, it was honestly the best time. The best time for me. And I'm like, what am I reading? But I couldn't stop. So yes, if anybody wants us to dip our toes into a topic that you're not sure about, we'll do it. Also, okay, what have I been up to? I feel like I haven't been up to a lot. I've been working. I've been playing video games.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Have been, when this airs, it'll probably be a month into me playing Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm probably still not going to be done because There are so many.
Massive?
The world is huge. There are so many side quests. There are so many shrines. There's 900 Koroks to find. Like, there's a lot. So, if anybody wants to talk about Zelda, I am your girl. But I probably won't be reading for a while because I've been playing that game forever.
Not to go off on a tangent, but I started playing that game, and then when you played Breath of the Wild, like, to get all the towers and unlock the map, it was like, the further out you went, the harder the towers got.
Yeah.
So when I started Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, it's gotta be the same. So I went to the closest tower, and I still haven't beat it. There's, like, spikes all over it, and, like, this huge guy, and I was like, I'm screwed. I'm gonna be playing this game for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I started with the towers, too, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna unlock my whole map, so I could see everything. And it took me like a full week. It took me a week to open up the entire map. And on top of that, yeah, well, yes and no, because I don't know if you've gotten to this part yet, but non-spoilery, fun fact is that there are 3 layers to the map.
There's 3?
Yes, so there's a sky map, there's a land map, and there's a below land map. I won't tell you what it's called.
I haven't seen the below part yet.
But there are three levels to this map, so you have to go around unlocking 3 different map layers and exploring.
I have like 2 sections unlocked.
3 different levels, and I'm just like, what is going on? But it's so fun. I can't stop.
It's so good.
Yeah. Like, people will be talking to me, and I'll just be like, I'm sorry, I was watching a cutscene. Like, don't bother me, I need to know the story. You can't
pause it.
I also saw a TikTok that said that when you put the cases together, they align. Like, the artwork lines up. So it's like a full landscape. The front.
Like, of the hard game? Like, the
game like
cover?
The physical copies. If you put...
What?
Breath of the Wild next to Tears of the Kingdom, the, like, landmass in the corner lines up, so it's like
oh my god, they
picture.
Taylor Swifted us. They Taylor Swifted us.
But it's only the front, according to TikTok. Again, take out with a grain of salt, because I saw it on TikTok. But, like, it's only the front covers, like, the inside and the backs don't match. But that's... Anyway, this is also another topic we'll be adding into future episodes, like what games we're playing, cozy Switch games, not cozy Switch games. I'm into horror, so I'll probably be talking about some stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, my life
Animal Crossing for me. We're complete opposites.
See, I've played, I feel like I've also mentioned this, but I've played Animal Crossing. I've gone through the whole thing. It's, I know what it's about, but I just get really bored. Like,
I did stop playing it for a long time because I set up my island the way I wanted it, and then I was like, there's nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, okay, there's no swords.
I got a new Switch, so I started a new island. So I've been busy playing that again, but eventually I'm going to run out of steam again.
Yeah. We'll go do some deep dives into some Switch games for everybody too. So if you have any recommendations or you want us to play stuff before you purchase it, we're down. We're here for it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we'll also be talking about what manga we're reading and what anime we're watching, because those are both topics that we are both heavily invested in these days. So you'll be hearing us talk about that. Yeah, we'll be talking about K-dramas, movies, probably the Marvel Universe at some point.
I'm so behind.
There will be a little bit of everything, and there will be something for everyone, I think.
Absolutely.
If you like weird,
just us being
weird nerds talking to each other about life, join us.
Come and be our best friends with us.
Yeah, we always need more internet friends, so let's all hang out together on our podcast. We'll also be bringing in, speaking of new friends, we'll also be bringing in special guests every episode, hopefully, to talk about whatever the topic is of the week. As there's only 2 of us these days, so we thought we'd what am I saying? We thought we'd spice it up with some new voices, with some new talent.
What's that gif of the guy adding salt?
Yeah, the salt guy.
The salt guy. That's us.
Yeah. So we'll be spicing things up with new people and hopefully some author interviews. And that is why we really wanted to come on and, have this recap intro episode because next weekend we will be interviewing and talking with Kaylie Smith. And if you don't know, Kaylie Smith is Loretta and I's new book best friend.
Obsession.
She is so cute. She is the author of A Ruinous Fate. And I'm not sure if either of us have talked about this book on here before, but
I think when I won, because I won the arc on a Twitter contest way back when I had a Twitter.
Yeah.
And I think I briefly mentioned it when I won and then like when I was reading it, but I don't think we went like into depth or anything.
Yeah.
Because then after I was done, I was like, Dev, you need to read this book, and I sent it to you.
Yes, so coming full circle, Loretta won a Twitter giveaway. She read this arc. She was obsessed, and her pitch to me was, "You are going to love this book. There is a witch with blue hair and nipple piercings, and you are going to be obsessed." And I was like, "Yes, 100%. I am in. Count me in. I will read it." So she let me borrow her arc, and I read it, and I was also obsessed. And so we decided to look up Kaylie because we felt like she would be really cool, and she is really cool. So we asked if she wanted to.
We were like, what if we were friends with her?
Yeah. So we asked her if she would like to be a guest on the podcast, and she said yes. So we hope you stick around and come back because we will be having hopefully plenty of author interviews, and we're kicking it off with Kaylie, who is super funny and sweet. And if you like,
what a great way to like get things going.
I know, I'm literally so
we're
excited.
setting the bar high.
But her pitch for her story is, her MC.
The pitch when I won the Twitter giveaway, I literally knew nothing about this book, and I think the pitch was D&D, if the character with D&D with witches, if the characters were the ones who had to roll the dice to decide their next move. And I was like, that sounds fucking dope.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
The main character goes into a scary magical forest with her ex and her ex's brother, who she may or may not have feelings for both, who they also may or may not like her in some sort of way.
And the whole premise too, like while there's a lot of romance chaos that goes on.
The whole book is chaotic. In a good way.
Yeah. While that's going on, all of the witches in this universe have to roll dice to decide their fate. And I think they get like 6 rolls in their whole life, and they use up the 6 rolls by the time they're like there's 16 or something, or 18, or I can't remember.
There's like a rule that they have to do it by a certain time, and there's a prophecy, and there's like
and if you get certain numbers, you're basically screwed. And Kala is very much on her way to getting those numbers, and she's like, oh god. So she runs into a scary forest with all of her friends to try and change her fate, and it's just madness. It's just absolute madness.
It gives off Lord of the Ring vibes if the crew from Lord of the Rings was like a lot younger.
Yeah.
If the crew from Lord of the Rings were like in their
YA
youth, like
Lord of the Rings meets Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. That's a good way to explain it.
Kind of. Yeah.
There's a lot of angst, there's a lot of humor, there's a lot of diversity, and
you'll laugh, you'll cry.
If you'll be shocked, there is a cliffhanger.
There's like 4 twists at the end.
Yeah, there's
every
so
time
much.
I was like, oh my god.
It goes 0 to 100, and then it stays at 100, and then like the last chapter and a half, it like manages to surpass. Like
somehow
gets past 100. Like you're at like 120 miles an hour, and you're like, all right, we're just not stopping. Like it just. You're gonna hit full speed.
You get to a point and you're like, oh good, there's nowhere else for us to go. And then it does. And you're like, oh my god, I can't take it anymore.
It's so good. It's so good. So if we have managed to convince you that this sounds exciting, you have
to tune in.
You have time to read the book and then tune in to our interview with Kaylie to learn all of the things. And it's going to be a really fun episode. So we hope you all join in. And we will see you next week.
Keep tabs on us on Instagram at Emo Girls Guide.
Yes, we're on all the socials, on TikTok, Instagram,
We have a Twitter, but
we have a Twitter, we have a Facebook, we have a website.
We have a Twitter so no one else will steal our Twitter handle, but we don't go on there anymore.
Yeah. We will not support Elon Musk on this podcast if we can help it.
Yeah.
So everyone go follow us, come back for more for our first author interview. We are super excited, and we will see you next time. And may your day be blessed with main character energy.
Main character energy. Woo!